plane was a jet, big and solid, with nearly 400 passengers and more crew than Alex could count. "Alex Rover!" exclaimed the flight attendant. "The world-famous adventure writer." "I guess so," said Alex. "Come and meet the pilot. He'll be so excited." "You," Alex told himself, "or we need spineless jellyfish." "Pardon?" "I'd love to," said Alex, and followed her into the cockpit. "Alex Rover," said the pilot, blushing red as the spotlight. "I always wondered. Would you like to fly the plane?" "No, thanks." "Not exciting enough for you?" And he showed her interesting things about the jets, instrument panel, and engines. All Alex could think about was what a very long way down the ground was. Then the ground turned to ocean, and it didn't make her feel happier at all. They landed after the sun had set, and when Alex had the little plane that would take her to the island nearest to Nims, the pilot said they couldn't leave till morning. I can't land on that island in the dark," he said. "I'm not a daredevil like you." "I'm not a daredevil," Alex wanted to say. "I just need to get to Nims Island right away." In the hotel room, the feeling was stronger. She felt like a tiger in a cage trying to burst free. Instead, she checked her email. To aka@incognito.net from jack.russo@explorer.net. Date Sunday, 11th April, 1828 o'clock. "Dear Alex, I can't believe you're really coming. How will you get here? And how long will it take? I forgot to give you my phone number. It's 022-446-579. I've never talked to anyone before except Jack, but I guess it works the same way. From Nim." To jack.russo@explorer.net from aka@incognito.net. Date Sunday, 11th April, 22 o'clock. Dear Nim, curses, I can't go any farther tonight, and now it's too late to phone. I'm flying from Sunshine Island at dawn to meet a boat from the adventure cruise company Tropo Tourist. They've been as friendly as salesmen with a sick card to sell, and offered to take me right to your island, though. I haven't told them yet. Where is it? Nim, it's been so much fun writing to you. No matter what happens, I'm glad I tried to come and meet you. See you tomorrow. Love, Alex. Nim woke up when it was still dark, excited as Christmas. She switched on the lamp and checked the email. Alex hit the alarm clock and it went on ringing. She reached for her phone. "They're the bad guys," the girl voice shouted. "Who?" said Alex. "What?" Then she realized the Tropo Tourists. They chased the whale and my mother died. Now they want to bring people to stare at us and bother the animals. And Jack hates them. You can't bring them here. "No," said Alex. I think we need to fix them once and for all." "How?" "I've got 4 hours. I'll think of something." The strangest thing Nim thought when she hung up was that it had felt strange talking to Alex. By this time, the sun was properly up. Alex had showered, dressed, and eaten hotel breakfast, and was waiting at the airport. But she still hadn't thought of how to get to Nims Island and keep it a secret from the Tropo Tourists. "Any daredevil plans?" the pilot joked as he started the engine. "Going to parachute halfway out of your next book?" "That's not a bad idea," Alex muttered. "1 second. Wally." Sorry, he was just playing with things in my room. Okay, let's get back. I couldn't be more scared jumping out of a plane than staying in. The pilot went as pale as Alex's knuckles, but there was no land between here and where we're going. Alex studied the map and decided he was right. Nim's Island was too far away to detour in his little plane. Besides, she still had to meet the Tropatours, the real bad guys. The reason that Nim didn't have a mother. If Alex didn't turn up, they might go on looking for Nim's Island. The time they might find it, Alex's fear disappeared, and suddenly, completely as if fallen out of the plane without a parachute. Instead, she was angry. First time she knew exactly how her hero felt when he was fighting the bad guys, and she muttered, "I'm gonna win." And the pilot was still worried that she was going to jump out the window. "We're nearly there," he said. The airport just past the sailing school. You can see the little boats now. Alex stared out and tried not to notice that her stomach was diving faster than the plane. "That's interesting," she thought. "I can feel angry and sick at the same time." "Do they give lessons?" she asked. Because if she was talking, she might not throw up. "Give lessons, sailboats. Is your next book about sailing?" "Partly," said Alex. She couldn't talk very well because a sneaky little fear had crept back, and she was holding her breath to help the plane land. 2 hours later, she was wetter than she'd ever been and knew more than she ever wanted to feel the way small sailboats flip upside down and how it feels to be the person flipping off them. But she also knew how to get back on and push the boat right side up and how to pull the sails and steers. And she was the owner of a small sailboat. Not bad for a beginner. The sailing school owner said, pocketing her money, "But don't go too far from the shore." Alex tried to smile. "Funny," the woman continued. "You've got the same name as the adventure writer, but I don't reckon he'd need sailing lessons." "Neither do I now," Alex told herself. "I'm ready to go." And she tried to believe it. She loaded her suitcases into the little boat and sailed out of Sailing School Cove, around the corner to the pink and purple Tropatour ship. "Ahoy there!" she shouted, jumping into the wharf and standing up as tall as brave as she could. The captain came running down the gangplank. "You're Alex Orr, but what a delightful surprise." "Are you going to write a book about us?" asked one of the crew. "Maybe," said Alex. "We'll have to make a good impression," the captain said, smiling and trying to suck his stomach behind his Tropo t-shirt. "I'm sure you will," said Alex. "Do you mind if I bring my little boat?" "You there," the captain shouted at two of the crew hosts and back up on his deck. "Now," he went on rumbling his insane, "can you tell us where this island is?" Alex pointed on the chart a little way east of Nim's Island. "We'd love to hear more about it," said the captain and started the motor. The crew gathered around Alex began. Alex was a storyteller, and she spent her life telling stories on paper, and she made people laugh and cry and hold their breath, but she never told a story as important as she spoke quietly, and the crew huddled near and caught the net of her words. Long, long ago, when the world was young, a volcano began to grow deep under the sea. It grew slowly day by day and year by year, pulling lava from the heart of the earth. Rolling, boiling, melting rock, hotter than fire, hot as the sun. Then one bright summer day, a day just like today, a day just like a million other bright summer days, the mountain under the sea exploded. She hissed the word out, her hands and eyes opening wide. The crew shivered. With a roar that shook the earth, the storm came. Lightning flashed and thunder crashed. The winds howled and waves towered. From the heart of the volcano, melted rock and boiling lava poured up on higher and higher. And when it had finished boiling, the rock had cooled to stone. The tiny underwater mountain had become a full-grown island with its head poking out from the sea. Now some islands. Alex went on as the Tropatours sat silent and still around her. Become peaceful once they'd been born from the sea, but this island didn't. This island stayed hot and angry. Its volcano still shoots fire, boiling lava, and still tumbles down slowly, and the stench of hell floats in its midst. Its rocks are black and sharp, and its cliffs are steep. No golden sand, the captain asked hopefully. A little, Alex admitted, but in front of the sands curved from the rocks, and at one end to the cliffs, the other is a maze of rocky reef. A treacherous sword, sharp boat, ripping reef. The crew shivered. Lions of the sea, Alex continued, live on the rocks, the smallest sea lions you'll ever meet. The fiercest, the bravest in all of the world, ready to fight to protect their home. And if a boat could pass the sea lions and find its way through the short, sharp maze, and not to choke in the rotten egg gas or fry boiling in the lava, when it reached the beach, it would meet the dragons. Dragons? Squeaked the crew member. Small dragons. There's so many, they could cover the sand. And like sea lions, they would fight bravely to save their island. She hurried on before anyone could ask how. There are birds too. Birds who are big and strong and tough enough to live on a mountain that shoots fire and choking gas. Birds who are so quick and agile that they can swoop down and snatch their hairs right out of a person's head. The captain twitched his hat nervously around his ears. Why do you want to go to such a terrible place? It sounds even worse than the island last week. One of the crew said, I'm not going there. You don't need to, Alex said. You're going to lower my little boat and I'll sail the rest of the way. But why, the captain repeated. To see how my hero escapes from the bad guys. Alex lied, because she knew if they saw the island, they might forget her story. The captain giggled. That makes it sound like the bad guys. It depends, said Alex. And the second part of her story, because it was enough to make them frightened. And now she wanted to make them feel so bad that they would never bother Nim and Jack again. My hero is sad, lonely man who once lived happily with a lady hero and a baby, helping the world with research and science. But one day, the lady hero was deep under the sea studying a whale. A nosy boat came to spy on them. My hero begged that the noisy boat would go away to be quiet, but stayed away from the frightened whale. But they laughed, were louder, and chased the whale, so it swam right to the bottom of the sea, and the lady hero was never seen again. She whispered the last words. One of the crew sniffled, and one blew his nose, and the others wiped their eyes. Are they bad guys? Says you have to decide, because that's not the end of the story. Now my heroes live on this fiery, dangerous island far away from the good people and bad. But what if the noisy boat came back with people to tramp with their lonely home, fight their sea lion and dragon friends, and destroy the signs they're giving the world? Tears dripped onto Tropo shirts. They were big gulps and sobs and soggy noses. That would be a terrible ending, said the crew. You can't end a story like that. And saw some more. Alex looked at the captain. The captain didn't care about Nim and Jack. He was afraid of sea lions and dragons and boat ripping reefs, and he was very, very afraid of being in Alex's book because people wouldn't pay lots of money to go on tropical tours if they knew the captain was a bad guy. His eyes are sharp and cold as a shark, but he tried to smile. A story should have a happy ending, he said. Your heroes can stay alone on the island and the tourists can find somewhere else to explore. So that's all we're reading today.